Hi everybody, it's Mena. Welcome back to my channel, or if this is the very first video that you're seeing of me, then welcome to my channel. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button down below if you didn't already. I post every day except for Tuesday and Friday afternoon sometimes. And today in this video, I'm going to tell you guys my horrible experience at a new local Italian restaurant. So this is a different, I have a video all about my bad experience at this one local Italian restaurant, and I'll link it down below if you didn't see it. This one is was a very bad experience at this new restaurant. So the restaurant I went to before, that one closed down. This is a new Italian restaurant. I don't remember when they opened up. I think they opened up a couple months ago, and my mom and my mom's friend and I went there for dinner last night, and we just did not have a very a good experience there. So I'm going to talk about it and let me know if that has ever happened to you. And one of my biggest pet peeves is when I have a bad experience at a restaurant, especially if it's one of the local restaurants in my city. So I'm going to get started. So last night I went out to dinner with my mom and her friend, and we had reservations at this local Italian restaurant. So that day I went out for yoga with my mom, and we went hiking, which is good because I needed to get out. And after yoga and hiking, we go out, we meet my mom's friend up down at the end of the hiking trail, and he picks us up, and we and he picks us up and we go to dinner. And we go to this Italian restaurant. It's a really nice, fancy Italian restaurant. It's not too fancy, but because it has pizza there. And we had reservations, I think, for was it 8 o'clock or 7:30? I cannot remember. But we go into we get to the restaurant. We get pretty good seats. Then the staff comes over and gives us our menus. And they were like, did you guys want, and this waitress, she seemed kind of nice. She looked like she was in her 30s or something. She seemed really nice, and she was like, did you like to order your drink? And we didn't even look at the menu yet, and we're like, we didn't even look at the menu, and she's like, okay. And then she leaves, and then she comes back, I would say 5 minutes later, goes, are you ready to order your drinks yet? And we felt like she was just rushing us, and it was just super annoying. And I've volunteered at a senior center before, and I've accidentally stood over people watching them to finish their food, and that's really not really good restaurant. That's not really very good restaurant etiquette for when you're working a restaurant, coming back and forth and bugging people if they want to order their food yet. Yeah, this waitress was constantly coming back and forth and asking us every 5 minutes if we were ready to order. And we were just kind of getting a little irritated because we thought that was really rude. So after 15 minutes, we order our drinks, and she gives us our drinks, and the drinks taste very good. She's like, are you ready to order food? And we're like, we're not done looking at the menu. And we were still looking at the menu, and there wasn't a lot of people in the restaurant, to be honest. It was just, there were only 3 or 4 people in the restaurant. And this restaurant is huge, and they've got it's not really huge, but kind of medium size, and they had lots of tables in there, but there weren't very many people in there. So I don't know why this waitress was constantly coming back and forth and asking us if we were ready to order our food. We felt like she was rushing us and stuff. So we take about probably 5 to 7 minutes to look at the menu. We finally order our food, and the waitress politely writes down all our things and then takes the menus from us. She gives us bread too, and we snack on the bread, and then they bring us our food, and I think it took and they bring it pretty quickly. It took I think 8 minutes or something. So they bring us our food, and she puts it all on the table. She doesn't drop them. She politely places them down on the table, which is pretty nice. And we start eating our food, and we were pretty disappointed with it. that like my mom ordered pasta, it didn't taste very good. My mom's friend ordered pasta, it didn't taste very good. I got a pizza and I was pepperoni pizza, and I was slightly disappointed with it too. And I don't know what it was about my pizza, but there was either something was not very good about it. I think it was just the crust or something. I don't remember, but I was pretty disappointed with my pizza. But I just ate it anyway because I hate when I get food and I waste it. It's not a very good thing because I hate throwing money away. But we just still continue to eat our food even though we were slightly disappointed. So then as we're eating our food, the waitress comes back and goes, "Are you guys finished with your food yet?" Yeah, and we were like, "We're not done." And we were like still eating we had just started eating our food right when the waitress came and asked us that. And we were thinking that was kind of rude because we felt like she didn't want us in the restaurant, and we were just kind of getting annoyed, and we were politely like, "Sorry, we're not done yet." And she goes, "Oh, we're closing soon." And we're like, "Why didn't you tell us that sooner?" And then she just kept coming back like every single 5 minutes, bugging us if we were done with your food. Now, I volunteer, and like I said, I volunteered at senior center before, and one thing you do is you politely have to ask people if you would like them to take your food. You never ask people if they're done yet because that's super rude. It feels like you're rushing them. I don't know what this waitress was thinking, but she kept asking us like every 5 minutes if we were done, and it was kind of like getting irritating, and we were just getting super annoyed. So by this time, we're kind of like fed up. So we don't finish our food. We politely ask, "Can we please get some to-go boxes?" And the waitress was like, "Sure. How was your food?" And we were like we were not really, it was okay. We were just disappointed. But the waitress acted like she was being pretty nice, even though she wasn't realizing she was being super irritating because she kept walking back and forth to our table every 5 minutes, rushing, asking us if we're done. And she goes, "Oh, we're about to close right now, and we need you guys to get out." And we were like, "Why didn't you tell us that sooner?" We were just so annoyed with this waitress because she was just being so rude. So she gives us boxes, and we put all our food in the boxes, and then we just end up paying. We don't actually say anything because we don't want to start any issues. The people ask, "How was your food?" And we were like, "It was good." We just decided to lie about it because we didn't want to say, "Oh, this food sucked, your service is terrible, blah, 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 blah." Normally, we are very honest people when we have a bad experience at restaurants, but we just say it in a polite way just so we don't sound rude or yell at them for their attitudes and stuff. We were just like not very pleased with the restaurant's food, and we were just not very pleased with the customer service. So we get up, pay, and then we just leave and go back home. And we were just super happy to leave the restaurant because we were just getting super irritated with the customer service at the restaurant, and also the waitress that was working at that restaurant too, because we were just getting driven crazy, and they were like we felt like we were being rushed out of a restaurant and they didn't want us in there, which was super annoying. So my mom and her friend decided to stay out and go somewhere, and I decided to just go home because I just had a long day that day because I had to go hiking, yoga, and then I had to do some other stuff. So I decided to just go home while they walked away, and they went over to do whatever they needed to do. And I was just super happy to be out of that restaurant because it was super uncomfortable with that waitress constantly bugging us to get out of the restaurant. So the moral of this story is, if you work in a restaurant, you need to be very considerate of customers. You don't ask them if they're done with their food yet. You don't come back every 5 minutes to ask if they're done, because that's just rude, or ask them if they've ordered anything. I mean, I understand restaurants are busy and they need to keep everything going because they have a certain amount of time to close, but you also have to remember sometimes customers don't like being rushed, so you should be considerate and wait, or you can just go and check on the other tables while you wait for other people to order. It's just kind of rude and disrespectful. So that was my horrible experience at a local Italian restaurant. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I post every day except for Tuesday and Friday afternoon sometimes, and I'll see you in another video soon. Bye!